What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Aviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting video for you all. Today we're taking a look at the GeminiJets 1:400 scale United Airlines Boeing 767-300ER in the Star Alliance livery. This is a really great aircraft, and I'm really excited to take a look at this today. Very good aircraft here for the collection, and certainly going to be quite an asset for a very long time to come. So with that being said, let's not waste any further time and go ahead and take a look at the box. So this is a very standard Gemini box. Got this at the Dallas one-day collectible show in the spring of 25. So you have the ADI new and the $52 I got for, which very happy about that price. It's definitely a very fair price for a wide body in 2025. So we obviously know the situation with prices and so forth, so you can only do so much about that, and I'm not here to complain about them. I certainly like to look at it the other way around, saying that we're very fortunate to have a model aircraft, and we were really fortunate for an extremely long time to have lower prices on the model aircraft. Now, obviously, the world's not perfect, so we can't have it our way every single time, so there's only so much, of analysis I can do on $52 for it. But I certainly think that's high quality, and I think that it is worth the $52. So here it is, everybody. It is a really good looking aircraft, and also this is the first review that I'm using my Tulsa 1.8 left board on. I think it looks really nice with the brownish colored contrast on the concrete. So I certainly think that'll serve us very well. But anyway, great looking aircraft here. We have a bunch of new going on with the Evo Blue, the new board. Obviously, really cool setup here. So that being said, let's not waste any further time. I'll go ahead and zoom us on in here, and we're going to take a look at this beautiful aircraft and make sure that we can get it done before we lose our lighting. So apologies there about the actual leveling of the camera itself. I'm trying to get that fixed. So that being said, we're not going to waste any further time and go ahead and get started with this aircraft. So here's the cockpit windows right here along with the nose cone. This is that original Gemini mold they've just built on it, adding rolling landing gears and aerials and other such features. Nose landing gear door looks pretty solid, and you got the pitot tubes and so forth. But yeah, strut obviously a little bulkier, but not a huge deal, just an observation, of course. But I certainly think it looks really nice. That's probably that and the winglets are probably the only two big downsides there. Otherwise, I really feel like this is a phenomenal mold in many ways. But anyway, you have the Star Alliance logo here and a couple of panel details. Here's the L1 door with the window and levers, so that came together very nicely. And of course, you have the Star Alliance logo. I really want you all to note how thin the Star Alliance titles are. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously, the other, like One World, for example, is way bold, and then Sky Team as well. So it's interesting to see, how these various Alliance liveries put together. But obviously, this is the only one of them that, well, One World, I guess, most of them are Euro white, just depends on the carrier. But Star Alliance is all mainly all white, and they even have Air New Zealand's all black one, which is really cool. But anyway, that looks really nice. Again, here you have the United Evo Blue billboard titles. You can see the engine here. It's just so nice to have Evo Blue on that. It was honestly quite dull when it was just the black, but I think it looks way better with the Evo Blues. So happy to see that. So here's those titles right here. You're gonna have your Polaris class up here, and obviously with it being just the 300, you're not gonna have any door here, so looking sharp. And then premium economy will start here, where economy plus will then start there, and then after the exit rows, we're gonna probably start running into our economy section. These mainly fly transatlantic flights from the Washington Dulles and Newark operations, although it's not uncommon to see these at airports like Chicago and Houston George Bush as well. I don't think you see many at Denver, if any, and then I don't think many at the West Coast operations very often. So yeah, but still looking very nice there. Let's go ahead and get a look at that antenna right there. Looking very nice. Star Alliance titles, once again, this is a really good angle. You can see the blue winglet there, but yeah, just such a nice contrast off of the Star Alliance theme. I think it looks really nice. But anyway, let's go ahead and turn it a little bit and take a look at the leading edge lights. Those look really nice, and I think they did a very good job on that. So certainly happy with how that progressed. And you also have the you also have the one-piece mold once again, so that's looking very nice. There's the engine, looking very good. You got the cowling off that as well, so all that came together very nicely, and it looks very sharp. Here's a nice look at the wing. Got some good slat detail here as well, so that's looking very nice, and I think they did a really good job on that. And I'll go ahead, there's the main landing gears as well, looking very cool. Show you the other side here, also looks quite nice. I think they did a really good job there on the mains, and you also get the flaps as well, along with the speed brakes. Really good indentations, very good for a Gemini mold. This is phenomenal. I will say that's probably one of Gemini's better areas, is the indentations on a mold to make it pop. It looks really nice. So not the greatest view, but the winglet, I think it looks much better on the outside than the inside. Here's the outside. It's a little thin, otherwise pretty good. The inside, I think, is honestly the real downfall. It looks even worse than the NG on the inside, and the NG is pretty bad. So I don't know why the manufacturers really can't get the 7.6 winglet right. I mean, it is big proportion-wise, and maybe it's a height deal. I'm not exactly sure. They're just so way different compared to the rest, but the Panda mold definitely the best one. So excited to get the Delta and hopefully a handful of others as we continue to move forward. We'll see. But anyway, still looking very nice in that regard. So yeah, love to see that. And here's the rest of the fuselage right here, which is also came together very nicely. So very happy to see that. You got the antenna and then a Wi-Fi box back here too. So that certainly turned out really well. And you got some panel detail there and then the box down there as well. So very nice to see that. And then you got the rest of the passenger windows. Again, this is going to be your main cabin section, right? So you're going to have a bunch of the main cabin aspects back here. And you get the registration, which is November 653 Uniform Alpha. They've had these aircraft for quite some time. I think most of them started without winglets actually, and then they eventually added winglets on, but these were blue tulip aircraft, and some of them maybe even had battleship gray, so that's pretty crazy to think about. But yeah, there's the fleet code, like 6453 right there, pretty cool. And then we have the beautiful Star Alliance tail, which that blue winglet really adds some good contrast, but you can see how good that looks. You got the horizontal stabilizers, with the APU detail as well, so certainly came together very nicely, and overall I think they did a really good job on it. So that's very nice. Let me go ahead and pan it over as we take a look here at the other side of the aircraft, which looks just as good over here. The only main difference is you can see that baggage door, so that's certainly looking nice. And you can see the other one back here as well. So definitely really good detail there. And I want to go ahead and get you all a nice panorama shot of it here, because we are like on the edge of lighting. It is going to go away in about 3 minutes, probably towards the end of this video. So just want to get you all a nice view of it here, the fuselage. So I'll show you top and bottom in a minute, but just want to go ahead and get you all some nice views. And yeah, this board's really good, by the way. Custom Airport Panels does a great job, so definitely recommend checking them out. Check out my videos for the handle, and I'll put the email here at the, I need to start putting in all my descriptions, to be honest, but I will show you the back of the board here in a second before we end the video. So yeah, this is a really good aircraft. I would highly recommend it if you're looking for a United wide body. Obviously, there's so many choices. Man, that lighting's so cool. There's obviously quite a few choices in the way of which direction you can go, but I certainly think that this is one of the best ones that you can go. You can't really mess this up. It's a really good looking aircraft. So there is the panorama, just in case we lose the light. Top of the aircraft, you have the flaps and the speed brakes, once again the emergency exit panels, so good job on the detail there. And the bottom, you do have some good detail with the printed on air inlet logos. You got the stand hold, GeminiJets logo, and you also have the landing gear, which do roll pretty good, so love that. Nose is a little bit tight, but that's just a QC situation of that. So, you know, it just takes some time, but hey, you can't complain with it too much. So yeah, everybody, that's the United 767-300ER with the Star Alliance logo, or Star Alliance livery in the Evo Blue livery. I hope all of you enjoyed this very much. This is a great aircraft, and I highly recommend it if you're looking for a United wide-body aircraft to add to your collection. They did a phenomenal job on it, and it's certainly going to be a huge asset for many years to come. So again, highly recommended. This is a great aircraft, and overall, very happy to have this one in the fleet. So what a great looking aircraft, and definitely go pick yourself one up. $52 is a very fair price, and I don't know if any other manufacturers are going to be making it anytime soon. So definitely be mindful of that when you're considering all the options. So with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Everybody, thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.